Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host of Intellect Digest, and what we have here is the 2018 Samsung Galaxy A9, the phone that has been recently launched by Samsung. And in this video, I'm going to unbox this and give you my first impressions, give you a quick camera test of the same. This is a much talked about Samsung phone because of its unique feature. It has 4 rear cameras. It's the world's first phone that comes with 4 lenses at the back. We have seen quad camera phones with 2 lenses at front and 2 at back, but this one comes with 4 sensors, which is very interesting. We have got this Indian retail unit, and this is blue in color. I'm just gonna quickly unbox this, cut through the seals. This phone has been launched at the starting price of 37,000 with 6GB RAM variant, and there is an 8GB RAM variant which comes at 40,000, and it has some interesting quality. So quad camera is one of the best quality of this phone. And then it has an infinity display, a 6GB RAM and 128GB internal memory. There is also an 8GB RAM variant available. It is powered with Snapdragon 660 chipset, which is a mid-range chipset, to be honest. It's not a very high-end, but it's not bad as well. At a price of around 37,000, I feel that Samsung could have given more, or maybe a more powerful chipset, but no complaints. Let's just quickly check out how it feels and performs. First thing in the box is the small box, which has the SIM removal tool and some accessories. Let me quickly open this. It has startup guide and a soft silicone back cover. Next we have the phone itself. This is the blue colored unit, and it comes with this dual tone gradient finish. It does look quite smart. Let me get rid of this sticker. And this is how it looks. Very shimmery, very shiny, and very glossy. Let me keep this to the side and show you what else is there. This is a USB Type A to Type C USB cable for charging and data transfer. Then we have an adaptive fast charger that has been bundled, and there is a pair of in-the-ear type earphones. These are 3.5mm standard earphones. They come with an inline microphone, a button to accept and reject calls, and there's also volume control on these remotes. So it is good. These are the kind that you would find in the previous generation of Samsung phones. So really not bad, good quality. But these are not the flagship ones, the AKG tune that you get with the S9, S9 Plus. This is somewhere mid-range. That is because of the price of this phone. Coming back to the phone, this is how it looks. I'm really pleasantly surprised to see the back finish. It's one of the best looking back finish by Samsung on any of its phones. I have seen glass phones by Samsung, but this one looks different. It's kind of darker on the bottom and kind of light sea greenish blue on top. There's a fingerprint scanner right here. There's also face unlock. On the right of the phone, there is power wake up key followed by the volume rocker. On the left side, there is the Bixby button. On the bottom of the phone, you get Type-C charging port, 3.5mm audio port. Yes, it has been retained. There's primary mic and there is a speaker grill. On top, there is a SIM card tray and secondary mic hole for noise cancellation. Let me pop out the SIM tray quickly. So just to show you the SIM configuration, this is a triple SIM card slot tray. So you have 2 nano SIM slots and 1 micro SD card slot. So besides having 128 gigs of internal memory, you can expand the memory further by adding a micro SD card of up to 512 gigs onto this phone, which is phenomenal. So you can actually expand the memory. You can have 128GB of internal memory. That's a lot of storage that you can carry with you, which is not found easily in phones these days. Coming to the rear of the phone, there's Samsung branding, fingerprint scanner, and this 4 camera setup. One of this is an 8 megapixel camera, one of this is a 10 megapixel, one of this is a 24 megapixel, and one is a 5 megapixel depth sensor. So you have a wide, you have a telephoto, you have a normal, and you have a depth sensor. So that is how the spread has been. So there are 4 different camera sensors provided on the back of the phone, and on the front is a 24 megapixel front facing camera which comes with a soft selfie flash mode. Let me quickly set this phone up and get back with more details. And here we are after a quick setup of this phone, and this is how the display looks. This is a 6.3 inch Full HD plus Super AMOLED display, and it does look pretty sharp. One thing I notice right from opening this phone and getting it out of the box, this edge between the back glass and the side rails kind of feels sharp. Initially I thought that there is some sort of plastic covering here, but it is not. The design is such that there is slight air gap between these two, and this is probably because of the way the edge of the curved back glass is, and does feel kind of weirdly sharp, so it's better you put on some skin or the cover provided. This display that you get here is an always on sort of display that you would get on the flagships, and it has a fingerprint scanner, and there is also a face unlock, so you just saw that it unlocked. It is not the fastest face unlock. The face unlock on OnePlus is definitely faster, so this is kind of okayish. The display here looks really brilliant. There are deep blacks, the contrast and saturation levels are excellent. The display feels really good. The design of the display is also very good. There is no notch. Let's jump right into the cameras and show you how the cameras work. It also has AI or artificial intelligence built in, so when you take a picture, it recognizes the scene and based on that it takes a picture. So this is the normal or automatic mode. This is the wide mode. This is the telephoto mode with the 2x zoom lens, and when you turn on the live focus mode, it will use the secondary camera to allow for live focus. So let's go for the maximum blur. Right now it is not picking up the live focus because the object is too close and the background is not that far, so let's still try. So I've taken a few shots, and before that let me also take a selfie shot to give you an idea. There's also selfie focus, which is more like portrait, but this selfie focus works using the software feature. There is no dual camera at front, and there's also wide selfie in which you have to tilt the phone like this to capture more details. So it basically takes 3 shots and stitches that more like a panorama. And there's also AR emoji wherein you can put in stickers and take funny pictures like this. So let me take you to the gallery and show you the pictures. So let's start with the first photo that we took in the normal mode. This is the first photo. This is taken with the most likely with the 24 megapixel primary f1.7, and this looks quite sharp, detailed. Focus is sharp. This is the wide picture. As you can see, it is losing detail. There is noise in the picture compared to this one. If you look at the face of this display object, this one is wide but it loses on details. There are less megapixels and more noise. The effect of a smaller aperture are quite visible when you take wide shot, and this is the close-up shot, which is 2x, and the details seem alright here. This is also not as high in megapixel or quality compared to the main sensor. And these are some shots that I try to take in portrait mode or the live focus mode, and this one has turned out to be alright. And here you can see the wall has been blurred out, the background object has been blurred out, and the main object is in focus but it's kind of struggling towards the edges, which is alright. So the live focus mode is working alright here. This is the front facing camera selfie, 24 megapixel with no extra mode, but there is some sort of beauty or smoothing of face going on, as I can tell from the picture. The details are ample and the selfie is impressive. When I turn on the live focus or the selfie focus, you can see that the background objects have gone blur. So you can see the frames here quite easily visible. These are blurred out here on this picture, and this is the wide selfie in which it has taken almost a wide angle picture with a lot of details from left to right in the background. And this is the AR selfie. So in terms of camera, if I have to give my first impressions, the main camera works good, but when you go to the wide mode or when you go to the zoom in mode, the quality does fall, it does deteriorate a bit. It is a compromise because the sensors are not as capable as the primary 24 megapixel rear sensor. So it's good for certain situations, say outdoor, when there is very bright light, there is no chance of getting too much noise. Those wide shots are good, but for low light shots or for regular shots, I would still recommend using the primary lens only. Don't go to the wide or zoom in mode if you are really concerned about the picture quality. Only the main sensor is really good. The other sensors are okayish. The live focus is also kind of okayish. In terms of design, the phone does feel good. It has 6 gigs of RAM. The specifications here are impressive. There is a large 3000 mAh battery. The processor could have been more powerful. This is a Snapdragon 660. Although I do not have much complaints, we are yet to test out it in more details. So this phone does feel alright. It has a dedicated Bixby key. We wish it was reprogrammable, but it is not. A slight con that I felt is that it does feel sharp towards the rear merging point where the back glass and the side rails meet. The build quality feels pretty solid. There is a 3.5mm jack still retained. At a price point of around 37,000 rupees, it is a good mid-ranger from Samsung. So I would still recommend it for people who are Samsung loyalists or want to buy a Samsung branded phone and looking for something which is under 40,000 rupees in budget. This can be a pretty good choice purely aesthetically. In terms of cameras, primary camera, yes, it gets my thumbs up. The other ones, not so much. They don't impress me that much, but it's not bad at the same time. So this is all I have on my first impressions and my quick review of the Samsung Galaxy A9 2018. Do let us know if you want some follow-up videos, and if you have any specific questions about this phone, we'll come up with more detailed coverage as you ask for it. This is all we have on this video. If you want to buy this one, I'm leaving Best Buy links in the description section. For more coverage, stay subscribed, press the bell icon, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.